Right, we need to talk about Manchester City. Now, it brings me no joy being a Manchester United fan in discussing the horrific downfall of Manchester City over the past month or so. In fact, you'd be sick to enjoy the downfall of this club. I'm going to rattle you through a few records that Pep Guardiola's team has broken in the past few weeks in all competitions. And let me tell you, I don't think anyone would be expecting this if you told them at the start of the season. Pep has lost 5 straight for the first time in his managerial career. Their 4-0 loss to Tottenham was his equal largest defeat ever, that going back to the Bayern Munich days and also against Everton in 2018. This is his worst losing streak in his managerial career, his worst 2-month block of football in his managerial career. In fact, it's his worst losing streak since all the way back in 2018, almost 7 years ago, where he lost only 3 in a row with City. It is now 1 win in 10 games, 5 points from 30, and is Pep Guardiola under pressure. And this is no ordinary drop in form. And the teams who have troubled Man City throughout this horrific block of form have been Tottenham. They lost 2-1 to Spurs in the Carabao Cup back on Halloween. Spurs were coming off a 1-0 loss to Crystal Palace. They lost 2-1 away to Bournemouth, who straight after beating City, lost to Brentford and Brighton at home. They lost 4-1 away to Sporting Lisbon, who, to be fair, were cooking under Ruben Amorim, but nothing excuses a 4-1 loss to a Portuguese side, not even a top 5 league. They lost 2-1 away to Brighton, who were coming off a 3-game winless streak. They lost 4-0 at home to Tottenham. The 4-0 win was coming off a 2-1 home loss to Ipswich for Spurs, Ipswich's first league win in 20 years. I mean, that's just Spursy behaviour. Can you even really blame City for that? They drew 3-3 at home to Feyenoord, a team who just lost to RB Salzburg 3-1 and was sitting 4th in Eredivisie. That is also after being 3-0 up and choking that 3-0 lead. They lost 2-0 away to Liverpool, who look, fair enough, but City did not even trouble them. They had 10 less shots than Liverpool, only 2 shots on target, and were overall outplayed. They bounced back finally with a 3-0 home win against a leaky defence of Nottingham Forest. But straight after that, a 2-2 away draw to Crystal Palace involving a Rico Lewis red card. Yes, this was a 2-2 draw, they got a point, but if you watch the game, like myself, they let Will Hughes and Jefferson Lerma absolutely tear through the midfield three of Gundogan, De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. Daniel Munoz and Tyreek Mitchell were running past Kyle Walker and Rico Lewis like a breeze, and they were on the back foot for the last 20 minutes. If there was any team that were going to win that game, it was Crystal Palace. And then their last game was against Juventus, away in the Champions League, who are 6th in Serie A, 7 points off the top, and they were coming off 1 win in 6, struggling against teams such as Bologna, Lecce, Aston Villa, Milan, and Lille. They lost 2-0. This is more than a form slump for Pep Guardiola, Kyle Walker, Josko Vardio, Ederson, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, and some of his other aging stars. This is a calling for a change of guard at Manchester City, and a changing of guard which I'm not sure the club or Guardiola is ready to accept. Now, coming up is the Manchester Derby, which, look, both teams aren't in the greatest positions. Nobody knows how that game's going to go. Following that comes Aston Villa away, who, look, Villa haven't been at their best this season, but you would probably expect Villa to pick up a result. And look, luckily, after the Manchester Derby and the Aston Villa game comes a reasonably easy run of form. Everton at home, look, Sean Dyche's team haven't looked great this season. Leicester away, a very leaky defence despite being under new manager Ruud van Nistelrooy. West Ham at home under a terrible West Ham side, which could have a new manager by the 4th of January. Then comes Salford City, Brentford and Ipswich. So a very easy run of form going all the way up to the 19th of Jan. And if they can't turn their form around in that 1 month block, following the Ipswich game is PSG, Chelsea, Club Brugge, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham. It's a very, very tough run of fixtures after that, so Pep needs to turn his team around in the next month. He's continuously playing Kyle Walker. I think he needs to let that prospect go. Kyle Walker cannot be a mainstay of that Manchester City 11 any longer because he is single-handedly costing them games. I get he's trying to chop and change the midfield. He's got a few options rolling through there. The wingers are a big one. I mean, he just doesn't really know who to play through there. He's got Matthias Nunes, Jeremy Doku rolling through the left, Bernardo Silva and Savinho rolling through the right. But I mean, guys like Doku and Savinho are really struggling to get output for City this season. I don't know. I don't really see where this change comes from for City. Obviously, a good run of fixtures coming up soon after the United and Villa games. But if they can't turn it around then, Pep Guardiola's position at City is seriously under pressure, which I don't think is something we ever thought we'd be saying, let alone ever, but at the start of this season, if you told me that, oh my god. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. We'll be live Monday morning for the Manchester Derby. I'll see you all then. Cheers.